Live. Hi everyone. Hi
Hello,
Yodi.
everyone. Hello.
Nice to see you again. So, I'm
Always a
Benny.
pleasure.
Always a pleasure. I'm Benny. He's Yodi. I'm the community manager from Those Awesome Guys. He's a developer in awesome Balcony Softworks.
Yep.
And we're meeting again, first of all, which is, as you said, a pleasure. How are you doing? How's your peacock?
Well, I'm doing. Thank you for asking. And the peacock is also fine. He's somewhere in the garden, wandering around. But thankfully, it's not mating season anymore, so he's quiet. He won't be disturbing
Oh,
this stream this time.
it wasn't disturbing, but like if anyone's watching and wondering what we're talking about, you're gonna find out real soon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, yeah, welcome to this new live stream. We are playing Deepest Chambers Resurrection today with Dodi and focusing on some fun aspects of the game. Do you want to give us like a quick intro about what we're gonna watch
Yeah,
this?
sure thing. Today we are going to talk about a few of the map nodes that you can visit, which is namely the events and also the shrines. And we will be
Mm-hmm.
discussing why is it tactically sound decision to sometimes visit those
Mm.
places. So yeah, that's what we are going to talk about, and hopefully afterwards we can try and do a run and see
Yeah,
where we get.
that'd be fun. So before we go on, I have one thing to mention is that we're working hard on Deepest Chamber, and some new features are being prepared as we speak, like right to
Yep.
this moment. And we are reaching out to our community and our players to look out for testers. We will have a group, which hopefully we're building it right now, like these days. A group of people that already played the game, which will be interviewed about the new upcoming feature, and an open testing. And if you want to hear more about this, of course, we will provide the game and everything. We will gather the feedback, and we'll give all the necessary info to participate in this. And if you want to learn more about this, you can catch up with us on our Discord server, or you can write to us on the Steam discussion board. Like all the links will be there for you, available on the store page. So reach out if you're interested, or reach out to us on Twitter, like anywhere you can find us, and we'll talk more about this. And this is one thing that I really needed to mention. And before we go on, though, for like those of you that just joined us and are watching this as the first stream, I prepared something which are the highlights of our previous one, during which we talked about heroes. And yeah, let's take a look at that. What we do have
She's also a
here,
damage dealer.
Holy Shield, which
Yep.
will basically prevent all the damage
Um,
there. No,
Sorry
yeah,
about
please, no,
that.
explain
I
that.
love
I
the
mean,
loud protesting. Like, I'm gonna take that as like that was a wrong decision. Wrong decision based on the pure agony from the shouting in the background.
I'm gonna back off.
Yeah, like caw. It sounded like that. So I think it's a bird, but it's like a larger bird.
Yep, you are correct. This was actually a peacock.
Ooh.
We got damaged a little
So
bit.
I have like the yes, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like, it's overpowered. Is it not?
You know,
I'm,
we should
I'm
start
loving
using
this.
the peacocks as like
Yeah, please,
prophecies for
never.
whether something is going to go horribly wrong or if it's going to go right.
Let's never do this without you and the peacocks ever again.
Yeah.
Spirit
We
Gears
have
isn't
really
something.
good cards
Yeah.
as a choice right now. Eclipse is fun because it gives you Scorch cards. I do personally love Spirit Gears because it does give you Flurry and it can discard also. Because Spirit Gears actually changes each time you and
Mhm.
you can choose to use your bigger food right now, or you can keep it in your hand because it's nailed. So once
Next question is: do they get along with chicken? Like, do they feel like they're better than them? They look at them like,
well,
I'm
um,
this peacock here.
the one peacock that you can hear the loudest, he's free roaming. This one, uh,
And
he's free
this is
roaming in the
awesome.
whole garden.
That was so perfectly timed. Like you couldn't have
Perfect.
like someone press the button. I'm like a lap track, just like bam, there you go. But we'll talk more about peacocks next time. Thank you for everyone who stuck this one out. I hope you enjoyed the tens of peacocks facts and
Yeah.
maybe some gameplay thrown in between. Next time we're rebranding.
One is the -1 energy boost level. That can be quite useful if you have expensive cards in your deck and you want to lower the cost of a set
Oh,
card. And
it seems like we had a slight hiccup with the audio for a while.
oh, really?
And yeah, we might want to go back to what we were saying. And yeah, fortunately, we were able to fix it on the go. So yeah, we were
Oh, I
talking
do
about.
apologize.
Yeah, we do apologize, but yeah, these things happen, like technical snafus all the way. We were talking about like slick cards and what to what options we have when we visit shrines and stuff. So yeah, we go back to to the slick part.
Okay, so let's start with Slick cards. So what Slick does in Deepest Chamber, it's actually a buff on the card that makes the card movable. So once you draw cards in your hand, most of them stay where they are. But with the Slick, you are able to pick up that card and place it anywhere in your hand, wherever you want it. And that can be useful because you either want that card that is Slick to be boosted, or you want that to use the Slick card to boost other cards. But let's say they are not next to each other, and so you can pick up the Slick card and place it next to the card that you want to boost, or you want that card to boost the Slick card.
So it's very, very convenient when you have a card that you want to boost, and you can move it around and place it like, like strategically
Exactly.
on your hand. Then we have
Exactly.
Nailed on Draw.
Nailed
This is
on
another
draw is.
bonus that you can get from shrines, and
Yep.
very, very useful because it basically, correct me if I'm wrong, basically it allows you to keep a card at the end of your turn because you might want to use it later, or it
Yes.
gives you a specific bonus at the end of your turn. Like, for example, I always do this with the Sentient Blade because
Hmm.
it gives you basically a free attack at the end of your turn if you keep it. So
Exactly.
I
Yes.
like to keep that nailed. I also quite often use it with Lupa.
Hmm.
Uh, well, because I just like to, keep Lupa around.
Yep.
Also, it's a very
That is.
powerful card.
Yes, she is. That's a powerful card, exactly, and that is a valid tactic. So, yep, that's exactly what Nailed on Draw is used for, and it's good to be used. And also, we have the -1 energy, which is a self-explanatory thing. You can lower the cost of an expensive card with this one. So
Okay.
let's say you have a card that costs 3 energy. If you apply this boost to that card, it will be.
Do we want to make a card Sleek or Nailed or One Energy? Let's see what we have
Let's
in
let's
our
go
hand.
with Slick.
Slick.
Let's go with Slick this time. Yeah, it will make your life easier. And let's see. Can you scroll down a little bit, please? And let's see what should we pick. Um, yeah. For example, because we really don't have anything special in our hand right now, what I would do if I encountered a Slick, a shrine early, and there's nothing I wanted except for, let's say, the Slick, right? We are doing right now. I would pick, for example, the Defend card.
Defend.
If you scroll down, Defend, one of the Defense, yes, because
This
this
is
card.
an overlooked card because it costs, well, just one. It becomes free if you boost it completely.
Yes.
So it's often ignored, but I honestly like to use it a lot. I mean, I look
it's
forward
it's
to it.
easy it's easy to ignore this card
Mm.
because it costs 1 energy and it provides 1 block to each and every hero. That basically means that's 3 block. But if you boost it to the max level, which is 2, it provides 6 block, 2 for each hero, and also it's free.
Mhm.
And having this card Slick and be free, it's a really good way to boost your other cards in your
Okay,
hand,
so
and
let's
you can
pick this
freely
one.
move it around. Yep, let's do
Okay.
that.
So for the record, and in case we missed something while the audio was not working, what we've done before, like before coming to this shrine, was we took a look at an event, and it was like the healing event, and we like compared it to the resting point where you can heal the heroes but also add a boost level to the card. So we are taking a look at what can happen apart from combat when you start exploring the depths of Dolmen. How
Yes.
about what you reckon would happen if we try to reach another event? Let's try to trigger a
We can
different
try
one.
and see. Yes. Yeah. Let's go
And
there.
one more useful piece of info, in case you're wondering. This is something that we've explained earlier during the stream, but again, the audio was failing. What I'm doing here, skipping between shrines, resting points, events, it's something that I can do because I'm using a specific build of the game, which is the developer
This
one.
is developer
Yeah.
build. Yes.
So this is not how it usually works, and
No.
we're doing this for the purpose of explaining you what you can
Yes.
face during a descent. Oh, this is another different event. Let's see what we have here.
So this event, you can choose and remove a card from your deck if you picked up something that you no longer need, or you want to get rid of some of your starting cards, or you have a second option, which is give small fish. That can only happen.
Given the description of the give small fish. It's worth saying what's going on in this room. I mean, there's some pretty random stuff going on under Dolmen. In this case, I guess we found a nice bedroom with a cat on a bed looking at an empty box and expecting people to put something in it. So,
Yes.
in that, like, if we look at things that way, that's something that we're putting in the box right now. It can be a card, so remove a card, or a small fish that I don't think we have. We do?
You do have two fishes, yes. That's why you have the option as well.
Okay.
There are different types of events which will trigger additional choices if you have the correct items with you. For example, sometimes you need a fishing rod for some events to have an extra option, or in this case, you need to have a fish to give for the cat to gain something other than removing a card. But these things require extra items.
So
we can give the small fish. Let's give the small fish.
Let's give the small fish.
And you receive some healing.
Oh, I didn't notice that we did actually have the small fish down here.
Yeah,
like,
we did.
Next to the potion. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Okay. So the cat.
Sometimes it's useful to keep random things with you in Deep. But the more you play, the more you can find out which item does what.
Okay. So one question that I have is, I mean, I know that it depends from your playstyle and what are you actually trying to do within a run. But in your opinion, is it convenient to skip combats for events or shrines? Because, sometimes, basically, this game requires you to think carefully about what you have, like in terms of resources, health points, and potions, and how your heroes are doing. So,
yeah, well, well,
is
it
it
depends
better to do at the beginning of a run, like to stock up on bonuses, or at the end? What would you like? Or really, it just depends on how you play.
Well, it depends on what you want to achieve, and also I choose to go to shrines or towards shrines once I acquire a good card that it can be, for example, used as a slick card, or it would be better if it costed one less energy, or there is also a shrine option that doubles the last boost of a card. If you were to open the deck on the lower left, yep, and just pick a card randomly, doesn't really matter. You can, if you hover over the card, you can see what the boost levels are. And for example, on this card, the last boost level is +1 turn for the week, meaning that if you were to boost this card to boost level 3, it will do 12 damage, and it will apply weak for 2 rounds. And there are, for example, events where you can double the last boost level. That means that
mean? Yeah. Go on.
that exactly means that you will be required to boost this card up to 4 boost levels. It's not going to be 3 anymore, and the fourth will do what the third already does. So it will apply weak not 2 times, but it will apply it 3 times.
Okay.
So you can prolong the weak effect on enemies.
Okay.
So let's say I picked up this card in my previous fight, and I see that I have an option to choose to go left and fight another combat, or go right and try my luck with a shrine. I might go towards the shrine because I know that doubling the last boost level on this card, it's something that is worth. So I might choose a weak. I might choose a shrine. Sorry.
So this means two things basically. First, yeah, it depends on what you want to achieve with the cards that you have, but
Yes.
also that means that the more you go like through your run, your descent, the more powerful cards you can unlock. So
Exactly.
it might be worth to wait for a powerful card to be obtained before going for events or shrines and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is why it's a good thing to look at your map and try to not exactly plan ahead, but you can take a look and a little bit plan ahead to see what options you have and where are those places that you can turn and decide, okay, do I want to go left and fight, or do I want to go right? And let's say you had 2 or 3 combats already, and by that time you get there, you already know what you have, what you got, and you can decide, oh well, I still don't have anything that's worth, for example, buffing in the adding another boost level in the shrine, or well, I do, so now I am going to go that route.
Okay. Well, then I think it's only fair to explain how to obtain cards during a run. Like, what's the
Sure.
way to obtain for
Well,
obtaining
you
more
can
cards?
obtain so you in Deepest Chamber you can obtain cards, trinkets, and by if you want to obtain cards, for example, you can obtain cards by winning combat, or you can obtain cards going into events or chests.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Chests
we have
also
a chest
provide.
here. Should we try our luck?
Yep. Let's go there. And we can also talk about the shop because I saw that we have a shop as well. So we have the option to choose a card here, and we are presented. Yep, we have the Zweihander already in our deck. So we have Dissolution and we have Shield Tactics. Well, it depends on what playstyle we have and what towards what build we have gone through. But since we are just showcasing everything right now, we don't really have a specific build. We are just we have a few random cards with us.
Okay,
but
I'll take the Shield Tactics.
Yep, let's go with the shield. Doesn't really
Do
matter,
they get
right?
more powerful the more you progress through the run? Like the more
You have a
chance
better
of
chance of receiving a more rare or rare cards or uncommon cards.
Okay.
Yes, and we can also obtain cards by visiting the shop. For example, right now you have Margaret on the left.
Let's go to Margaret.
Sadly, we don't really have too much gold, so we won't be able to buy.
No, we just take a look at the inventory and then
Yep. But this is also a place where you can, for example, obtain cards. If we were to scroll down, we can see that we can also buy a few different trinkets, or we also have sometimes the options to buy potions or remove a card. That's also an important thing.
Of course I know the value of removing a card in a deck building game, but let's go through that and let's speak about it.
Yep, sure, we can do that. In Deepest Chamber, it's not so much a tactic, I believe, that than it is in other games. But sometimes it is, if you have a bigger deck, you can always utilize removing a starting card that's not as powerful as the ones that you gather throughout your run, and this way you can ensure that you can draw better cards quickly, or more quicker actually, because your deck is smaller. So
So you
yeah,
have better chances to draw a more
yep,
useful card
something that
if
you're
you get
looking
rid
for.
of the ones that you don't really care about.
Yep,
But
exactly.
mind you that removing a card will cost gold
Yep,
as well, even though she's actually taking something from you. But it's not like
but
you're
it's not
selling
free.
you; it's a service that she's giving. So
Yep, it
Margaret
costs money.
deserves those 9 coins. I mean, look at her; she's sweet. Let's leave. Um, so we went through shrines. We took a look at what the resting points are. I would like to see one more event to see. Just checking if
Sure, let's.
something different triggers.
Yep, we can do that. Maybe we get something nice.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
different.
yep, this is different. This is a place where you are able to pillage and receive, for example, a potion.
Okay. So is that
Also,
one item that you can receive, or is there like something else that you can get from pillaging?
from pillaging, it's I believe it's just potions.
Potion.
Yes.
Okay.
And also with each and every event, we hid a little bit of lore from Deepest Chamber, so you can learn interesting new stuff about the game and
We will
about
have a
the
chat
world.
about that. Like the lore of this game is interesting. That is something that I would like to explore, like in depth.
We can do that at
Yeah,
some
we
other
can do
point.
that. Yeah. Also, getting questions from our players if they have any. I
Sure.
mean, the whole story of the dome and Dolmen, which we see here, I think it's worth exploring it a little bit. So, pillage event done. I would like to like test this this setup a bit. Um,
Yep, we can go back to the beginning and pick a fight, pick a combat if you want.
oh, yeah. One question that I wanted to like,
Sure.
out of curiosity, we have different icons for different combats. I'm assuming that tells you like gives you a hint of how difficult is that. Do you have a clear explanation of why this door is like that? Is it just square one, and then we have like
The explanation is quite simple for that one, so that they are aesthetically different. Other than that, it has no meaning at all.
no meaning at all. So
No,
you don't find more
we
powerful
only
enemies. Yeah.
no. The difference is you can see that we have the elite, we have the normal
Yeah,
combat, we
no,
have
elites
the
are
event.
here, so that
Yeah,
is very
but the
very
doors
clear.
on the normal combat right now, they do not have any difference between them.
Okay, so let's just go for this first one here. See what we
Sure.
have.
It should be easy because we have really good cards. And we drew the defend card that doesn't have the slick. Wow.
Just that one. I mean,
We have two and we managed to draw the one without the slick.
but it's okay.
Yeah.
So this guy, okay, we can see the intent here. Well, this is not the first time we play, so we are not. We are going like slightly faster this time. So what I want to do is defend Dorn while at the same time boosting the defend card. I want to show how the defend card boosted looks like what it does. So I'm gonna play this, and this. Alright, for the time being, I'm gonna attack with Flash. And we do have a fully boosted defend card, which means it gives +1 defense and it costs 1 energy less. Basically comes for free.
Yep, so it's gonna provide 2 defend for each and every one of our heroes, in 6 in total, and it's gonna be free.
One thing worth mentioning for like whoever is approaching this game for the first time, like these bonuses that you see here, these are coming from some equipment that I assigned to each hero. So you don't have them at the beginning of your run.
Yes.
Equipment and items and trinkets and stuff is another. Actually, that's a good topic that we can talk about during one of our next live streams. So for now,
Sure,
we'll just stick to this.
Yep, we can talk about trinkets, unlocks, cards, and items next time. Yeah. You can pick up rage right now, but if you want to use it, or you can boost it.
I will boost it because we just have 1 energy to use it in this turn, and I'm going to attack. So I'm still getting some rage here. Okay. Not the boosted one, but it's alright.
No, but it's the slick one, so we can now place it next to the smite if we wanted to boost the.
Yes, and we also show what slick means. So you
Yep,
see how
exactly.
I'm moving the card around and putting it conveniently right next to smite and using this, and it's being boosted. So what do we want to use now? Like I'm going for slash again because it costs 1 energy. And
sure, we can. And if you want to be tactically bring everything to the maximum, you can, yeah, exactly, draw it to the other side so that slash boosts the Twihander and also the defend this time as well.
Yeah.
And now it's a free card, and you can just use it. And since the Lamplighter is still targeting Dorn, we don't really have to do much because Dorn already has 10 block.
Yeah, he's totally gonna survive this attack, but
yes.
Let's just enter.
Another thing that is different than other deck building games in this Pest Chamber is, since you have 3 heroes, you can build up the defense on your heroes, and it stays from turn to turn, so it doesn't disappear at the end of your turn.
Unless
so you can,
during that turn.
Unless you are hit, yes, exactly. Only those that suffer hit are those that lose their block at the end of the turn. If it's an over block situation, if you have more block than you receive hit. But in any case, you will lose your block if you get hit. But the other 2 characters will not. So you can plan ahead for the future.
Let's plan ahead for the future. Okay, so we want to... Well, our healer is the next one who's gonna be attacked. So what I want to do is, like, if I boost this card, he's gonna get 2 more defense. It should be
enough
to survive that. Let's go for a fireball now. Then we use this on Sokka.
Yep, and we have exactly 11.
Yeah.
We can push a card from the left to the right. There's also one other way we can manipulate our hand. Some of the cards have different hand manipulation abilities.
I think
like, for example,
pretty much don't. Sorry, go on.
No, I just wanted to say that, for example, Mana Shield, if you were to hover over it, that's also one card that has a hand manipulation thing going on with it. It is also able to push cards.
One card all the way to the right.
Yep, exactly. Okay. That's adjacent to the slick that we can use to manipulate our hand. Yeah, let's just try and finish. We are 1 turn away from defeating our first enemy. Oh, yeah, let's give him the mercy.
It's overkill, but I don't care. I just wanted to use that. We take the gold, we choose a card. So, Slam, Spirit Husk. I like the Slam card.
That is quite powerful card, to be honest with you, because it's also, well, it costs 2 energy, but if we were to hover, yeah, you can see the second boost lowers the cost to 1 energy. Yeah, to 1 energy, and you will be able to deal 15 damage and also draw a block card. That is quite powerful.
Okay, let's go for this one. Consider that we already have the mana shield, so Spirit Tusk.
Yes.
We will go. And we can't have, no, we can't have this. I thought it was a potion, like these are ingredients.
No, these are potion ingredients, yes.
Right.
Let's pretend that we chose the leftmost path, so let's continue that way.
Okay. I mean, you know,
yeah, we can choose whatever we want, but I know, but let's pretend that we don't have this ability right now.
Oh, yeah. Now.
Well, this is an interesting fight because we have 2 enemies this time. One of them is going to. Yeah, first of all, he is in danger. She is in danger, and second of all, the left enemy is going to buff the right enemy, which is the red. And since the order starts from left to right, that means the strength buff is going to be received by our right red. And the incoming 7 damage is not going to be 7, it's going to be the boosted, so it's going to be 9, I believe, with the strength, the 2 strength. Yes, so it's going to be 9.
So we have to calculate that right now, also, because we want to protect the wizard, or we can
choose the red to target somebody else. Yes.
Yeah, and we can use the mana shield on door. I mean, it'll be exactly 7.
Yep, but we also have cleave, and cleave has weak, so we can lower the incoming damage as well.
Let's do that.
No, this is to choose a card to move.
I would leave them exactly as they are, but since we
then you can pick the most right card, most right, and slam, and that's it. Everything stays as is.
So now he's weakened, and what we do here, what do we do? I mean, it does damage to both, right? Let's do. I wish this was nailed. I can say it now for the next turn, but I'm gonna use it now.
A little bit of damage on both of them. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
So now he's going to hit for 6, but we were overblocked, so that's good.
That's good. So we have one more attack on the warrior and blight on the wizard. What I'm trying to do here is, do we have block cards? No,
we don't really have block specifically, but we have smite that also applies weak, so we can lower the 8 incoming to 6 if we were to use the smite on the left enemy.
I mean, we can actually take
we also have
one of them out.
Yep, you can choose whichever you want to pick. The one does 6 damage that is going to hurt you right now. The other one is going to do a debuff that's also going to hurt. But I believe it's going to hurt in the next turn. So
yeah, so let's take care of this one on the left first.
Good choice.
We'll think about the debuff. He's still there.
We don't really have to. You don't really have to think about the debuff because we have gear, as you explained it, and that protected you from the blight, the incoming blight damage.
So I'm doing this
let's use the Grand Surge.
Okay.
Let's use the Grand Surge. It's going to be an overkill. It always feels good to. I don't know why, but it always feels good to use big numbers.
It does. Another thing that feels good is like when you find I would call it game breaking, but it's not really breaking anything because that's how it's supposed to work. But when you build up a combo that gives you 1,000 of cards that you can play one after the other, and you're there, like it gives you it's a nice feeling.
Yes, there is quite a few I mean, there is possibility in Deepest Chamber to have such a build. So for those that enjoy game-breaking builds, there is a possibility in Deepest Chamber to go that route.
So out of the cards that we have here, my favorite is there. My second favorite.
Yes,
Sorry.
I already see it. I already see it, so I'm not even gonna suggest picking anything else.
We're not arguing about this.
No, this is a clear choice. And you can also choose one resource.
Okay, we don't really need rest, but
no,
if
we
we're
don't.
lucky enough, we can boost the card.
We can boost the card, exactly, yes. Let's do that.
We did this at the very beginning of the stream when we were allegedly muted. And we can do this again. I mean, we talked about how it works and the fact this is like very convenient because next time you draw this card, it'll be already boosted to the second level. So very, very convenient. Yurikon is better to keep boosting the same card or like spread the bonus out.
Well, depends on how many cards did you receive between the two rest areas. If you have something that's quite useful, if you boost it or upgrade it here, you can do that, or you can just stick with the one that you already upgraded once, and you can just upgrade it more times. I mean, let's just scroll down a little bit and see what we have. Maybe there's something that you want to boost. Slam, for example, if you were to boost it now, then reaching the -1 energy cost boost is going to be easier than it is now. So if Slam is almost the last one.
Yeah. Here, I found it.
Okay, just click on that one. So yeah, if you were to upgrade it now, it's gonna deal 15 damage, but it's still gonna cost 2 energy. But it's only 1 boost away from becoming a 1 energy card.
I mean, that's
so
convenient.
that's something I would suggest picking in this instance.
Yeah, let's do that. I picked at what I could have gotten if I was boosting the Sentient Blade. I mean, it's just so convenient that it reminds me of something, but I'll keep this for another stream. The Sentient Blade. I think that design reminds me of something. I'll keep this for later.
Okay.
So, there is something that we haven't watched yet. Like a thing that we didn't try, which is the medicine box. Like we went for events, we went for shops, we saw the shrines. But the medicine box is there. It might be slightly useless right now because I don't have space for anything if it's potion related. So
it is potion related. It is potion related. Medicine boxes will provide you with a potion. Well, it will provide you with a choice of 3 potions, and you can pick one. Okay. But if you were to play Deepest Chamber and you come up to a situation where your potion slots are full, and you come across, let's go to the medicine box. Let's just go there and see what we are offered.
Again, don't try this at home because you won't be able to.
Yes, exactly.
Because of the developer build.
Yep. Yeah, so if you were to click on any of the potions right now, it's gonna say that you don't have enough space, but you can right-click on your potions and choose to delete one of those that you have and you don't really need. So you can discard it.
We've already given the fish, so...
Yeah, let's discard the fish.
I'm gonna trust you on this.
Okay, and pick something that you want.
I like lesser block potion.
Okay, let's go with that one. So yeah, this way you can switch around your potions. If you obtain something that you don't really need, you can discard it and you can pick up other ones. Oh, you want to go to the elite?
Okay. I was casually hovering my mouse pointer there, but if you think that's
we can go.
Yeah, let's go.
We can go. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen?
This, but no, it wasn't actually the worst thing. It could have been worse.
Nah. The old one is a kind soul, so he's not gonna hurt you too much. He's not gonna hurt you too much.
Okay.
Okay.
We can handle this.
Sure.
Starting with protecting. No,
Sokra. Or you want Dorm? Okay.
Dorn. Yeah, we are way closer to than with him.
And he is a warrior, so that's his job.
Absolute to get beaten. So
Yep.
makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna do the same thing that we tried before. So this one might.
No, we have to push a card. We have to push a card.
Right there. This might because I wanted to weaken the enemy. Yeah, and then defend.
Okay, that's
So what will happen here is what I'm going for. If I use the Firebolt, the Grand Surge will come for free, and the Sentient Raid will stay there. It'll be boosted and give me a free attack at the end of the turn.
exactly.
Am I missing anything?
No.
Okay, so let's go for that. Love this. And that's how Ascension Blade works.
And we almost used our entire hand. Well, basically, we used our entire hand.
Basically, yeah, because it went at the very end.
Yep.
So this is gonna be a problem starting from not the next turn, like in 2 turns, when Dorn will be vulnerable.
Yeah, the current one is the one that he's going to cast the vulnerable on our hero at the end of our turn. And the next turn is gonna be a problem because he's going to hit for 50% more than he normally hits.
Will that impact how the defense works? Like if he has like 7 defense, will that the damage on its defense will be doubled or just the health?
The incoming damage is increased. So let's say he hits for 10. If you have vulnerable, he's going to hit you for 15.
Even if you have defend, like it's gonna
Yes.
hit you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to defend for 15.
This looks convenient right now. I don't really need to heal anybody, so
Yep. You can discard it right now. I mean, not discard it, but you don't have to.
I don't have to play yet.
Yes.
Okay, so this one is Lick. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna do this.
Before you use the slash,
Yeah.
hover over the slash, please. You see a big 0 on the enemy.
Yeah.
So if you were to...
I need a fully boosted card for that.
Exactly, yes. So some of the enemies are capable of applying buffs on
That
themselves.
is worth mentioning, actually. Thank you. I was thinking
Yes.
about it, about the invulnerable thing, and that's the reason why when I saw him, I was like, oh.
Yep, exactly. And we try to showcase this, the important buffs and things like that, also in different ways. So that's why the whole mob is glowing pink, because he has invulnerable. Once
and
you
this
remove
brings
this,
us back to the importance of boosting your cards, because a fully boosted card is what we need here. We don't have it, but that's what we would need. And you can boost your cards using shrines and all the other things that happen during the descent, which are not combat related. So you can prepare for bigger and like stronger enemies as long as you like balance the things. Like you fight a little bit, you go for events and shrines a little bit, build up your strength like that. So how do we get a fully boosted card right now? We can't.
We don't have the cards that are good right now for us to boost everything. So what I would do is pick somebody else other than Dorm to receive the vulnerable, because Dorm is the one with the best defense capabilities. That was the item menu for a second.
This one here. see
So
all these
everything
things?
that you
That's
loot,
because I'm rich. So
yep, he is
don't
very rich.
expect to start out with that.
No, you won't have that many things once you start a new game. So yeah, now Siu is going to receive the vulnerable. We don't, and all we have to do is make sure that in the next few turns the old one does not hit Siu. And what we can do right now, we don't really need to heal. It's pointless to use any attacks on him because he's invulnerable. So
I mean,
I would
the only
end
thing that
turn.
I can think about, if we use slash, we will boost defend, which will be
Or if you use
inferior.
defend, you can boost slash and you get closer to maximum boost.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna put it here.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And
And if you were to draw it next time, it's gonna be closer to the maximum.
let's enter. Okay, he's already changing his mind, so he's gonna go for the healer for soccer right now. But I
Thank
don't
God.
want it to.
Okay, so what we have now is, for example, you see the slam already has one boost,
Yeah, it's
and
already
you
there.
only need one more boost in order for it to be maximum. So I would use the fireball since it's next to the rage card, and you are going to receive 10 rage because you use the fireball next to
Yeah,
it, and you
boost.
boost the rage, and that's gonna also boost the slam. The fireball is not gonna do any damage, but sometimes you have to do such things. Now we can use the slam, and it's going
And
to
a
finally.
fully boosted card. Yeah, that works.
Yep, it finally hurt the old one and removed the invulnerable debuff.
We do have a couple more options. I would go for cleave and see if we can it more like. Let's go.
Yep, going for a cleave is also good because it's next to the rage, so it's a double bonus for us. We weaken the enemy and we also receive rage. Okay.
17.
Wow.
He's getting angry. Like I managed
starting
to.
to be-
I managed to to piece.
He's starting to become a big boy. So, what I would do in this situation is look at the possibility of having somebody else taking this damage, since Dorm already has
Yeah, we
a
don't have any.
debuff. He already has a debuff on him that also increases the incoming damage, and Sokra already has the corruption, and Sokra already has 10 defense, so it's easier to
Yeah, we will go for that.
defend.
I would
Yep.
say we still have this heal card. We draw them. All the
Yep,
time, but we don't
unfortunately
really
right
need
now
it.
it's in our hand, and it's something not really useful. All you can do is use Holy Shield on Sokra, and then perhaps I would not leave Cleave out of the order because
No, I was actually thinking about that, like cleave, holy shield, defend.
you can do Cleave, Holy Shield, Fireball, and defend.
It's actually smart as defend comes for free.
Yep, and you are overblocked, so we will live.
Okay, getting better. Yeah, I can go for Sue. It's alright. Is it worth it to get one more defense and use the splash card first? What do you think? I mean, my point here it would be like, I will try to boost the Sentient Blade as much as I can before the end of the turn. So I wanted to.
If you were to look at the slash card right now, the last boost of slash is plus 25 rage. So if you were to use the mana shield, then the slash is maximum boosted. Then you can use the slash, and that's gonna boost the Sentient Blade. But it's only boost once. But because you have 25 rage, in total it's gonna do more damage because rage increases the melee damage.
Okay, so let's go for
It's
the
25% more. damage.
I
Yeah.
want this to be right because I'm planning to use it.
Okay, now you can use the slash. And we can use the conjure chains.
I mean, do we need it? Yeah, we do need that.
Yep. Well, if you want to block completely.
We.
And now if you
I
end the
think we're in a
turn.
good place. Yeah. You have nothing on me, old one.
We once again have a really good draw.
And once again, we have an invulnerable enemy.
Yep, but we have the possibility to quickly get rid of his invulnerability with using defend and then slam.
Yeah, that's what yeah, let's do that. Plus, it was already boosted. We have the second level of boost, 1 energy less. That's very convenient.
That is why it's good to sometimes when you visit the resting places, it's always good to use the upgrade option if you are doing good on health. And now you don't really need to defend because basically he's low on health, so you can just hit him. You can use Grand Surge for overkill or slash, but slash is not gonna kill him. Yep, 36 is gonna.
If it's possible to overkill, let's just go for the overkill. It's not even a talking topic. Spirit Gears. I like Spirit Gears.
That's a good card, yes.
It is a good card. Once you understand how Flurry works, that was one of the things that I had like some thoughts about at the very beginning, but it's super convenient.
And super powerful.
So yeah, I'm gonna go for Spirit Gears.
Okay. And now since we defeated an elite, you also have the option to choose a trinket. That's something that you get once you defeat enemies that are like elites or bosses.
Can you carry them over, like from a descent to the other?
Meaning that can you take?
Oh, the trinket from you can keep. Can you keep the trinket?
Yes. You have the option at the end of your run. If you lose or you win, you have an option to pick one of your trinkets that you looted during your run to have it brought over for the next playthrough if you start a new one. But you are not forced to take that in. You have the option to pick it and take it with you, or you can just leave it for a next run.
Okay. So let's go on. We just defeated an elite. We don't need to rest. I mean, this was a very successful fight.
Do you want to try your luck with another elite, or do you want to go with the normal combat?
No, let's go for another elite. I want to try my luck with another event first.
Sure, let's go.
I know this is not exactly how it pans out when you play Deepest Chamber. Like usually you go through, like we mentioned this at the very beginning, a set course that you decide at the beginning because you can scroll here, see all the options that you have and go through. We are going back and forth because we can.
Yep, because this is a developer build, so you won't be able to do.
Like, yeah, it's worth mentioning it. This is not how it usually works. So we're trying to show you as much as we can during a single run. Let's see what happens here. Then go for another. You see, a new event. That's what I wanted to go for.
That's good. So we have the option to add nailed boost to a card. That basically what this means is you can add one more boost level to any card that we pick, and once we reach that boost level, that card will become nailed and it will be in your hand until you discard it or you use it.
Okay, so this is a type of bonus that you can get, because another one that I remember, which is, this is not the case though, but I remember using all the time on my Sentient Blade. I call it mine because I like it, so it's just mine for the sake of it.
Okay.
Nailed on draw. which is
Yep.
far more convenient, as it just you draw the card and it
And
sits there.
it is nailed. Yes, yes.
While
For this
here,
one, you
nail on
have
boost,
to.
yeah, we just explain a little bit how it works. Like, so far I haven't been able to
Well,
boost the Sentient Blade to the third level. It's not like the easiest thing to do during a fight.
and if you were to boost it to the third level, you actually need to use it yourself
Hmm.
in order to gain the flurry. So I'm not sure if there is something that you really want to do because you like the Sentient Blade. You like to leave it in your hand and use it as a free card. So
Exactly.
in this case, I wouldn't pick that card
Yeah,
for
that is not
becoming
really.
nailed. Yeah. You
Hmm.
can you can shoot Zweihander. It's a powerful card, and you can build up a little bit of rage and then use that one, or
Oh,
whichever
that
option you
is
want.
actually that's my third because
Okay.
I always forget about Lupa. That's definitely the first
Well,
psychic
Lupa
card.
is not with us right now, so
No, 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 it's not. But we should never do a live stream again without Arlo and Lupa.
other characters and heroes exist as well, so it's not
Not
always
for
Lupa.
me, man. I'm fully committed to that.
Well, okay.
Okay. Um, one more thing before we continue. We can
Sure.
decide if we go to dwellings or sewers. We see that there's a difference in the background color, and that means something. So
Yep,
that is
that's a
something that.
yeah, that indicates what debuffs you will encounter in that area. Zone, it's called zone specific. I forgot it. I'm sorry. It's a debuff that you encounter once
Okay,
you
but
enter that zone.
they are specific for the sewer, or is it changing every time you start a run?
Oh,
Like, will.
it's different. It's
Okay,
different. It's not uh, typical for the sewers. Sewers can be, for example, right now it's a blight area,
yeah, it's a
but
blight area.
it can be, yes, it can become something else as well.
Okay.
So depends on what you want to pick. Corrupt spirit areas are hard to deal right now because they basically don't allow you to heal during your fights.
Mm-hmm.
You negate 100% of the healing incoming, and sewers, as we saw right now, it's a blight area, so you will receive a blight debuff that will damage you for a little bit. So I mean, whichever you want to pick. If you feel you don't need to heal, we can go to dwellings. If you are afraid that you might need,
We are perfectly fine. Let's go
yep,
to dwelling.
yeah, we can go there.
So.
But there are also different types of zone effects. So yes. Oh, and
And
we
they
encountered
can
the
be
trinket
checked when
box.
you decide which path
Exactly.
to
Yes.
go
Yes.
to choose. Okay.
And we encountered the trinket box as I saw. So that's also another way you can acquire
Let's take
trinkets,
a
not
look at the
just. Oh,
trinket box. I mean,
yep, sure,
that's what we're
we
here
can.
for. And after that, I would go for another shrine just to see what's up
Yep,
there.
we can try our luck. Oh, nice.
That is nice. The teapot is nice. So
Yep,
this number
both of
here,
them are.
2 out of 2, means that can be used twice during a fight or twice during the entire game.
Twice during a turn.
Okay, so turn. That's even more.
Yeah, I believe it's in each turn, and they replenish afterwards.
Okay.
But there are also trinkets that you can use only a certain times in the whole playthrough. So there
Okay.
are those things as well.
Let's take a look at the shrine, see what it has. Oh, innate.
We
This is
have.
something that we haven't seen before, or am I wrong? I think innate
No,
wasn't
you are
there.
correct because innate wasn't there, and innate is a quite powerful choice. Innate, what it does is you can pick a card to appear in your starting hand, to always appear in your starting hand. So if you have a really powerful card that's really useful to be used in the beginning of your combat, like something that does a debuff on enemies, or well, there are different types of cards that you can play, pick and make innate. But let's try it. Let's go for the innate one. And actually, we can go for what? Which was one? Can you scroll down a little bit? Mm. Right now, I can either go with Spirit Gears or I would go with Rage. But let's go with Spirit Gears first. So let's make that card in it. So from now on, every time we enter a combat, Spirit Gears will be 100% sure to appear in your starting hand.
Let's try it out right now.
Sure.
Here,
Yep.
Here we have it. Spirit Gears is there. So yeah.
Good. And let's try and use that one as well right now. So what do? We face two enemies. Both of them are going to attack us. One of them is going to attack Sokra. The other one is going to attack Dorm. And ideally, we would like to block, but we don't really have that many block cards in our hand right now.
I just have defend, and I'm aiming at using it for free. So
yep. So the best thing that we can do right now is actually use a double slash, starting with the left one, to make sure that we boost the defend. Yes, exactly. And we do that one more time.
Rage for the warrior as well.
Yep. And now since we use the defend, we are able to use the Spirit Gears as well, which is going to be this time a Flurry card. Yep, so it's going to provide us with Flurry.
And we don't have any other options, so but we can make it in a way that we don't get... I think I'll leave it like that, like Dorn is gonna take 7 damage. A little bit more because it's boosting itself, the lamplight.
No, first he's going to hit, then he's going to strengthen himself, so it's gonna be 7.
And then I think it's okay like this.
Yep, but if you want to make sure, for example, Sokra doesn't receive any damage, we have a small block potion. So you can give that to, you can apply that to Sokra. And this way you can protect him. 2 flurries.
Oh, we already have flurry. We will go through that in a split second. Hopefully we receive a card with flurry so we can show how it works. Oh yeah. That's,
select the card to exhaust.
Heal. It's already.
Well, heal. Since we are not really able to heal.
Let's see. Do we have a flurry card? Yes, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
So what flurry does is, for every stack of flurry, right now we have 2 stacks.
Yeah.
Exactly. The card that is marked as flurry at the bottom, like the mana shield is going to trigger as many times as many flurry buffs you have.
So we have 2 stacks. This card is going to trigger twice at this time.
Twice more. So it's going to trigger once normally, then it's going to repeat twice more, since we have 2 stack of flurries.
Okay. We can try it out right now.
Sure,
because,
let's...
they are both actually going to attack the mage, so let's protect her.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
That's how it works. And
exactly. And we also... No, we should have boosted it a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we are doing quite good on our health.
I mean,
we can use slam. We can slam and draw a block card, or we can use just mana shield. Yeah, we draw defend, but it's not enough. So what we can do is use mana shield on Siu, on our wizard. And let's push 1 card. Okay, we are going to block fully.
It could have been worse, like it was okay.
Yeah, 1 damage is
they are hell bent on hurting on getting rid of the mage, but we can manage this.
We can manage. What we can do basically is you can we can split the damage if we wanted to. We don't really have the means to defend solely CU. So we can split the 9 between Sokra and Dorm if you wanted to. And we can choose.
We can absorb some of it, so
Yeah, not all of it, but some of it we can absorb.
Some of it. So let's start with boosting
yes.
here. I mean, I could have gotten a slightly better bonus if I was keeping that card in my hand, because this gives 1 defense for each card you have. But
Yep.
At least it's free now. So
Exactly. You can use that one. You can also choose to weaken both of them actually. And we also have a shield tactic, so that's also quite useful. I would use the conjure. I would have used the conjure chains first, because as you said, it gives as many block as cards in hand. But a slight mistake, but doesn't really matter. Yep. And now you can choose what you want to do. You want to defend Sokra more and let Dorm take the full brunt of his hit.
And I'm hoping, like, I'm putting my chances on the 2 cards I'm gonna draw now.
Okay.
Well, we have Ascension played. It could have been worse. It could have been better.
Could have been better, but could have also been worse. Okay, let's end it. And also Ascension Blade could have hit the midwife, but hey.
You know,
we can finish off the midwife with the fireball. Good. And
it's always so suspicious when they stay here, they don't disappear. I know that some of them they like to come back. I usually like to double tap them. I won't do that.
There is also a valid tactic. Double tapping is always useful.
Actually, I'm gonna double tap them.
Sure. That's why sometimes adjacent damage is good.
That's how you double tap here. And
yep.
Yeah, I think this is all we can do right now. Yeah.
Yep, we can defend a little bit.
Yeah.
We actually had flurry, so yep. So we blocked everything.
And without overthinking, yeah, we go for the classic cover here. And
we have quite the powerful build.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the bonuses that we took at the very beginning while cheating, like
yeah, well, nobody was watching.
Nobody was here.
No. Well, that helps a lot. That helps. Picking up certain cards at the beginning of the round while nobody is watching it. It does help, yes.
It does help. I confirm that. I'm gonna take a random card here because we're almost out of time. And there's a few more things that I wanted to ask about.
Sure.
Mainly, we know that there's stuff coming in the game. We mentioned that we're looking for testers at the beginning of the video when, again, the audio wasn't working. So I'm gonna send out the message again. Deepest Chamber is gonna get nice updates anytime soon now. We are the devs are working on a couple new features. Maybe, Dodi, do you want to give us a sneak peek without spoiling too much? Just a little taste.
Well, without spoiling, yes, I can give you a few examples on what we are working. We want to make the game more fun for players, so we are streamlining the card buff, the card boosting mechanics. We are also changing, tweaking, and adjusting some of the encounters. And we are also listening to your feedback to those that already bought the game and are current players of ours. And we are listening to your feedback, so we are changing the game a little bit according to your feedback as well. One of those things is a lot of you mentioned that there is quite the distance between bosses, so we are working on streamlining that one as well. So overall, what we want to do, what we are working on right now, is balance, making the game more fun, um, better, more understandable visual effects, and making the whole game better.
That's nice.
So
One feedback that we received, it's a fairly common one, and I wanted to ask you: are we gonna get new characters or new pets, or like, can we get a cat or a peacock?
a peacock or a cat.
We do have a wolf, a bear, and apparently we have fish as well. If
Yes,
you can't reply to those, don't just We're getting these questions.
We'll see what we can do about it. Let's just say that.
That is a very, very.
We are
diplomatic
working
way
on
of putting
something.
it.
Yes.
We are working on something.
Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And again, as we are working on something, like the devs are working on these upcoming features, like changes and updates, we are looking for testers to join our awesome team. We currently need 2 groups of testers, so we need people that already played the game and are familiar with it, and we will ask them to try out the changes that we're working on and give us their feedback. So if you already played the game and you're interested in this, please get in touch with us on Twitter or Discord, on Steam, on the discussion board, anywhere you can find us. And then we will set up like a bigger group to test out, like to test thoroughly through the changes, and we're gonna share all the informations on our pages, like on our channels, on social and on Discord. But is there anything else you would like to mention or feel like we should?
Right now, don't really think so. I mean, there's so many things that we can talk about regarding Deepest Chamber that I believe this was enough information for one stream.
Okay.
So, but next time we can pick, for example, trinkets, and
yeah, there's lore that we can talk about. Yeah.
There's lore, there's trinkets, there's unlocks, level ups.
There's a lot of stuff that we can talk about. Unfortunately, we can't do it now, and we'll select the. If you guys want to know about a specific aspect of the game, feel free to tell us, to write us, and we would like to encourage you to try out the game yourself. It's in early access right now. You can wishlist it, of course. There's a lot of stuff already going on in the game. We have a nice roadmap for you there, so take a look on our Steam page. Take a look at what we have ready for you, and thank you for watching. And we're gonna be together very soon with more news about what's. Well, we have something cooking. We're cooking something. So we will be back very soon.
In the meantime, if you want, you can also reach us out on Discord as well. The link can be found on our Steam page as well. So we are always there on Discord as well. Even it's the dev team is there, and the publishing team is there also. So you can reach out and ask us questions or anything.
We all look forward to talking to you guys. So don't be shy and reach out. Okay,
exactly.
Buddy, this has been fun and a real pleasure as always, and thank you.
Pleasure is always mine. So thank you.
Thank you all for watching, and hopefully next time we will have your peacock again.
More fun. Yeah, the peacock.
Wow. I think I heard him before. I didn't say anything, but I think I heard him for a split second.
That was some other animal. It wasn't the peacock.
we will talk about all the animals in the zoo.
We will.
Another time. Okay.
We should do that.
Thank you, Dodi,
Thank
for
you,
being here.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.